Let's go. Bring it up, baby. Let's go. Daniel,
What is good, YouTube? How is everybody doing? Hope everybody's having a fantastic Monday. Look, man, as we all know, we went through a lot of the stuff that could happen potentially draft-wise. A lot of that stuff will unravel more and more as we get closer to draft day. But something that is before draft day, something that we need to talk about because we have a lot of things to address on the defensive side of the ball. Not as many on the offensive side of the ball, but changes need to be done. And we're going to talk about that. My brother X will be on here very, very soon. So you already know how we kick these off, man. Let me get everybody who's already in the building. We got 15 in the building. Robert, Unknown Raider was good. Jerome, Raider Jim. What is good with everybody? Nation's Corner. Who else we got up in here? Brian, Rob was good. Who else? Nigerian Prince, Raider Manny was good with everybody. Jersey Raider, Mark, JD, Dominique. I hope I'm getting everybody. Yeah, Dominique, Unknown, Sosa in the building. Big Shane's in the building. Glad to see so many faces in here. First and foremost, man, hit that like button for whatever reason. If this is your first time in the channel, hit that sub button. We're like 20-some away from 7K. So let's get that done, you guys. Let's get that done. We got 3D in the building. Joseph, the Raider Room. Shout out to everybody in here. Saludos, Andes was good. My guy, Rod Gas. And C in the building. But look, I actually want to go back up in the comments because y'all were dropping some good thoughts and opinions. And I want to touch up on these things because truly I like your guys' opinions. I value it because I feel like the Raider Nation got a lot of smart individuals. I'm gonna be honest with you guys, man. Glad you back. Shout out to my guy Rod. Johnny says, talk about the O-line and the free agents we can acquire for Brady. Honestly, the offensive line really quick. Unless you're gonna really splurge on Orlando Brown Jr., which he is a left tackle and stated that he does not want to play right tackle at all, which is why he forced his way out of the Ravens. The right tackle spot is kind of iffy, man. Somebody that I wanted us to get last year in free agency with David Quessenberry. He had a good year with the Titans, but he is 32 now, so it is a little bit of a tough situation for offensive line in this free agency period. But we're going to talk about all this. Shout out to my guy Sean, the Nation Nightmare. Unknown was good. Visual combo. Shout out to everybody who's already pulled up, man. It is greatly appreciated. But like I said, I'm going to go up right now, and I'm going to talk about, let's see, first and foremost, Fitzy said, signed Deron Payne from Washington, DB Jones. I think you're talking about Jonathan Jones, and I think New England's finally going to pay a guy. EPPS, I don't know who that is out of Philly. Quan Alexander, John Taylor, and wide receiver Campbell. So something that's interesting, right, is Alan Lazard from the Green Bay Packers just had an interview last night or this morning, and he basically confirmed he doesn't want anything to do with the Packers. He literally confirmed that game was his last game in Lambeau. So it looks like he's done. So that looks like somebody that may not return for the Green Bay Packers, as it may seem like Aaron Rodgers may just retire. But hold on, where's Raider Jim? So Raider Jim right here is pulling up. He says, I would be good with Love, but you can't just bring in Brady and not a young guy to groom. Absolutely. You bring in Brady, but you still draft a guy, or you re-sign a guy like Stidham that could be still groomed under Brady, right? You still bring in somebody that could potentially be a part of your future. There's no way that you just completely neglect the quarterback position if you get Brady, because Brady is only a 1 or 2 year thing if it does happen, right? Now, with Tom Brady, it's honestly looking like, you guys, that this is just the match made in heaven for both parties, right? Tom Brady, it's been rumored and reported that he is not a fan of the play calling that's going on in Tampa Bay. and Tampa Bay is not happy that he kind of just went rogue at times and completely dismissed the play caller and did what he wanted to do. So it's looking like it's done for the Bucks over there with Brady. And look, if he comes here, he's coming with familiar faces. He has guys around the team that really, really, really can boost his play and really help him, right? You know, Brady is Brady, but he's not the same guy in 2016, 17, whatever year it was that he was making those ridiculous comebacks in the Super Bowl, right? He is still that guy, but he's not the guy. If you kind of get what I'm saying, right? Like he needs help, right? As does any other player on this team. But he is a better leader. He is a better player than what we've had previously at the quarterback position. And coming in, right, you have to address a lot of needs, but there is comfort, something that he doesn't have over there in Tampa Bay, and something that he does have in Tampa Bay that he's going to have here is also the no state tax, right? So we'll see what happens, right? It really seems like it's shaping up a lot for that to happen. Like I said, he's not happy with the way that it's been situated over there with the Bucks. Doesn't like the play calling. Had to go rogue at times and kind of just take it on himself, which is something I like, but you don't want that to happen. You know, you don't want that to happen. So we'll see. I've been persuaded. I'm on board to get Brady. Thing is, man, is that it's like even if we don't want it to happen, the kind of mindset is like you can't delay the inevitable. X, I sent it to you this morning, didn't I? Didn't I send it to you this morning? That's the link I just sent you. But yeah, we kind of it's tough, bro. It's tough. Like we can't really delay the inevitable on this one. So, Tom Brady coming to Vegas, I think it would work for 1 or 2 years. But I do see and I do understand what a lot of people are talking about with 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 the whole situation on if there's a top quarterback in the draft, you can't just not get a quarterback, right? And I somewhat agree with that. Shout out to I think Raider Jim was saying that he feels like if CJ Stroud's in there at pick 7, you can't neglect that. My problem is that look, something that we have not really been looking at is a potential situation that still could happen, right? So the Bears got the number 1 overall pick. They're going to ask for a lot, and I mean a lot, for that number 1 overall pick, which means this. It's going to be hard for them to find that partner, which I ultimately think they're going to have to just stay there. I don't think that they're going to be able to find a partner that's going to be willing to give up what they're asking for. And I think that with all the stuff going on in Chicago, something that many people aren't looking at is what if the Chicago regime, it's a new one. They got a new head coach. They got a new DC. They got a bunch of new stuff over there. What if they want their own quarterback? And what if they want to move on from Justin Fields? And that could happen, and that could completely fuck up the draft board. Because you could see potentially 3 of the top 3 quarterbacks gone in the top 5 if that happens. But I don't really want to talk about other teams because I want to focus on what we got. And look, man, X, I just sent you the link again. Pull up, my boy. And we get to talking. Here he goes, right here. Boom, boom.
What's going on, fool?
2 days in a row. It looks like you back in the bathroom, man. What, you stranded in there, bro?
Hell no, I wasn't in the bathroom. Wasn't in the bathroom.
Shit, what's that, the closet, my boy?
Damn. My room, my boy. You see how we getting it, you know?
Ooh, that boy cleaned up the house.
When I jump out in this Mustang this summer.
Okay. But look, man. First and foremost, we had to kick it off, right? I'm not sure if you've seen what was getting reported yesterday. I know we already kind of knew that it was done and dusted with Brady and the Bucks. But apparently it's wrongdoings on both sides over there. Apparently Brady did not like the play calling at all over there. And Tampa Bay didn't like that Brady literally said, fuck all of y'all, I'm calling my own shit. Right? So that's just done and dusted over there. So we know he's not going back. It's wraps. It's over.
Everybody that.
So it's just really lining up more and more either here or fucking Miami, right? It's kind of tough. If Miami moves on from Tua, which it's not probably gonna happen,
No.
but
Listen. So as I'm doing my little research and stuff like that, I'm hearing that he has to get cleared by the NFL, and I don't
oh
think
really?
they talking about not giving him clearance, like taking the choice out of his hands, like not giving him clearance to play
Oh,
again.
for the following season.
Yeah, for forever, like they're putting the kibosh on him.
Oh wow! Because what was it? 4 concussions in 1 year?
4 concussions in 1 year. They talking about, and they said the last one, they said, well, he kind of went in there, reported it himself. But I mean, like, I love football, man. I would die for that game, man. I played when I was young, and I felt like I put everything on the line when it came to it. It's not worth. I mean, if you seen the Wayne Trebek like story and stuff like that, I don't know if you familiar with that, but it's bad, man. It's not worth that, man. Helmet in a wheelchair and all that. You got to live life after a game. It's a game,
Yeah, yeah.
It's a game.
So, but that's what I'm trying to say, right? It's like, okay, if that's the case, right? If he doesn't get the clearance, I honestly think that Miami is one of the main destinations for him, bro. It's like not only do they got Tyreek, not only do they got Jalen Waddle, they have a good defense, and they made the playoffs.
Well, hey, look.
So it's like
I would hate to say it, but if they sign Josh and Brady, they signed Josh and Brady, man. That
I don't necessarily know what their cap space is looking like in terms of trying to get both of them. But it could happen.
Brady takes less to play with Josh.
But here's what I wanted to look at, right? And we're gonna cover Brady before we go over long list of guys right there, right? So I kind of want to cover Brady first because that's kind of the main topic, right? You feel me? Like, okay, we know that relationship is fucking ruined over there. But yeah, Miami and Vegas, right? We know that he kind of wanted to go to Miami last offseason. He was under contract. But we also know that the offseason before that, he was set to come here with Gronk. So
we kept that motherfucker.
Yeah, and it's 2 teams that he's had history in potentially going to. Now, if you look at it, right, I think Miami has a higher tax, right?
No, I think they tax-free too.
They are tax-free. Miami is tax-free. Vegas is also tax-free. Miami is closer to where he's at right now. So he wouldn't have to make a complete move. But at the same time, he might want to, right? All the shit that's going on in his personal life, he may want to just completely uproot and leave.
I'm gonna say this. I'm gonna say this even smoother when you say it. I would say that with the Raiders, Brady's calling the shots. He's the end all.
He's the alpha.
Buck stops with him. McDaniel's not calling the plays. Brady calls the plays. He's not going to get pulled from a game or anything like that because he's doing what he wants to do. They're going to let him have 100% keys to everything. And if that's a little bit scary because they talking about dude want to play 3 years. I'm like, dude, to be close to 50.
Yeah, they're saying that Brady wants to play 2+, right? Or that's reported out of Brady's camp. So here's the thing. If he comes here, I think that people are forgetting because Josh McDaniels is the one with the headset sending the signals into the quarterback's helmet. People are forgetting that we have Mick Lombardi as our offensive coordinator. People are forgetting that shit. Like, he has the title of OC. We know that Josh McDaniels is the one sending the signals, doing everything, right? He's the one with the play call sheet. But I do think a lot of that drastically changes. But I do think that it changes for the better, though. I think that it'll be more of a actual, how would I say it, relationship rather than one kind of being robotic, saying yes, 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 and the other one kind of having to call a perfect game in order for the game to flow well. Because if I'm going to be honest, that's how I felt the relationship was with him and Derek Carr. Derek Carr wasn't comfortable in the offense enough to kind of go back and forth with him and kind of have a rebuttal or a little mini debate on what they should do. I think that with Brady, he'll kind of be like, okay, so you see it this way, I'm seeing it this way. This is how we're going to call it, right? But I feel like with DC, as he said it himself, he's going to do what the coach asks
Coach
of him.
Jackson do.
So there's nothing wrong with that. And I expect Brady to do the exact same thing, but Brady's also going to put his own twist on it, right? He's going to do his own thing. Now, there's a little bit of a difference, though, with the whole Miami situation this year rather than last year, right? Last year, he wanted to go to Miami knowing that Brian Flores was their head coach. Now he's got a different guy there. Brian Flores is somebody he was familiar with. He's not familiar with Mike McDaniels. He's definitely familiar with Zeke and Josh McDaniels. So it's a little bit of a different situation, right? Shout out to Brian right here, always dropping knowledge right here. He says Miami is actually $2 million over the cap heading into the offseason. So they're going to have to release a few guys to get under, and that's not accounting for their draft class.
Byron Jones is out in Miami. He's a little.
Honestly, if Byron Jones was an out, I wouldn't mind taking a flyer on him. Byron Jones was somebody I absolutely wanted 2 off seasons ago, but that was 2 seasons ago, right? Things change in 2 years, so we'll see. But I want to hear your before, because we've been at it for almost 20 minutes on Brady. What are your thoughts about Brady? What are you feeling about this whole thing? Give me a summary of it.
I mean, it's scary to me because Brady, like I said, I'm scared of his age. I'm not gonna lie. At close to 50, man, like I said,
it's reasonable. Be scared. It's reasonable.
I don't feel like I can trust anybody at that age running the NFL team. These guys are fast. These guys are big. I mean, Brady, he's a professional athlete. Dude stays in great shape. Yeah. There's no way that you can be 46 and playing at that level. But for how long, bro? Like,
He won a Super Bowl at 44.
Yes. I mean, I understand, but this is 3 years ago now.
Mm-hmm.
That was 3 years ago. That you're that much older, man. Like, you're not getting
tough, right? It's tough because we say this, but then it's like he just breaks his own record at 46, right? So it's like, fuck, dude. It's like, what? This is and I completely understand what you, right? It's like everybody's like, when is the decline gonna happen? And I don't want that decline to happen once he comes here, right? Yes. So it's like, and it's kind of like inevitable, right? There's gonna be a year where it's just gonna shit the bed with Brady, right? But I'm gonna be honest, I don't think it's gonna be this year. You know why? Because I feel like he's gonna leave and he's gonna have that same itch on, I got something to prove. Now, if he proves it again with another team, hopefully it's us. If he proves it again with another team, then I feel like that second year on his contract could be the year where it just shits the bed, right? Because he's proved it again.
But if we got a Super Bowl, I don't care.
Absolutely, exactly. But right, it's so hard to evaluate Brady, right? It's because we look at him, it's like, the decline has to come. He's top 5 in passing yards. He breaks his own record. And it's like, what the fuck, dude? It's like, all right, it's kind of tough to look at the scenario, but it is interesting for sure, right?
I would love to throw on Devontae. Him and Devontae on the same age in that offense, like him and Waller, like him and Winfro. Like I believe it could be better. I believe that. I don't believe that you come into the offseason with Luminor with Brady. Like I don't see Brady signing off on that type of stuff. Like, no, man, we need somebody better than this.
For sure. Shout out to Boostin. Shout out to Raider Jim. He says, Tom Brady's a fucking statue. He's playing 1 year. If it's 1 year, it's 1 year. But at the end of the day, we know what's the next year's draft class in terms of quarterbacks, right?
You know what I want.
Yeah, right. So we know if it's 1 year, it's 1 year. I think that having Tom Brady as a bridge quarterback for a year is a hell of a fucking bridge. That's a hell of a fucking bridge, and I'll take it, right? So regardless of the situation, right, I don't disagree with Raider Jim. I think that you still have to get a young guy, even if it's just 1 year under Brady. You have to have a youngin under Brady. In my opinion, the best guy, just bring Stidham back. Have him learn under Brady for another year. Have him get comfortable with the offense for another year. And guess what?
If Brady goes down during the season, you got Stidham still with a better offensive line.
Because it's going to have to be better.
Stidham can move, Mm-hmm. So I'm not mad at the Brady situation. It's like, it's not classic to me. I've never been a Brady fan. Like I always hated Brady, even when he was at Michigan. They had a quarterback named Drew Henson. I was a Drew Henson fan. He was much better than Brady in college. He had all the tools, and they kept putting Brady in. Brady took over for Drew Bledsoe, one of my favorite quarterbacks all time, and I just didn't believe he was better than Drew. Still don't, still to this day. But the man got 6 rings, so I can't really
Seven. He
7.
got 6 with New England and 1 on his own.
Yeah, 7.
It's fucking ridiculous. Like I agree with Raider Jim though that you still got to have a young and learn underneath him. Absolutely.
But I still would like. I'm not mad about whether the season would go good or bad. Like if he came in and shit the bed, so fucking what, man? We get Caleb Williams. I don't care what happens, as long as we get Caleb or Drake, Caleb Williams or Drake Mays the next season. I don't care. Build the team right now. Build a solid offensive line. Build up a great defense. And the only thing we have to do is plug and play a rookie quarterback. That's all I want to see.
Yeah. No, I think that this situation is it's very unique, man. Like we rarely see something like this happen. Like, do you remember a few years ago or quite some time ago when Kirk Cousins hit the open market and everybody was like, "What the fuck, Kirk Cousins?" And then he got cashed out, right? And now we're seeing guys like Lamar, DC, Brady, all potentially being on the open market. Like, it's a different era. And say what you want to say about Brady. He's a statue, this, that, and the third, which is something that I would love to get away from. I think that the league is just simply getting away from this style of football. And it truly is. So here's what I have to say, though. Brady extends plays in a completely different way. He extends plays by stepping up in the pocket. He extends plays by moving around in the pocket. He extends plays a different way. I'm not saying that you're going to run boots with Brady. You're not going to do that. But he extends plays differently. On top of that, what comes with Brady is a lot of fucking guys that see a situation, young team in Vegas. Brady is there. Devontae is there. Waller is there. Renfro is there. Hopefully, Josh Jacobs will be back. How would you deny that is not a number one destination for many free agents? You can't. You can't say that, right? Let me tell you this. A lot of the fucking guys in free agency right now that we really want, take a look at this. Defensive tackle Daron Payne. You think he's not gonna want to come play with Brady? That motherfucker. That motherfucker's had Taylor Heineke, Alex Smith. He's had bums as his quarterback his entire career. You mean to tell me that fucking, I don't know, Fletcher Cox? I get it. He's now playing with Hurts and he's doing good, but still, he's gonna want to come. A lot of fucking guys, and truly, Brady puts money in the owners' pockets. Brady puts fans and asses in seats, and Brady makes your team better. So it's like, it's hard because I don't fucking like the guy.
Could you imagine that Brady Mahomes game? Could you imagine Brady?
Bro, can you imagine the back shoulder fades that should have happened this year with Devontae that didn't happen because of fucking inaccurate ass throws with fucking Brady and Devontae? They're actually gonna be there, bro. Like, it's fucking disgusting. It helps everybody, man. It absolutely helps everybody. And if it's just a fucking bridge quarterback for a year, that's a hell of a bridge, bro. Hell of a fucking.
Like I said, to me, it's a win-win. If he comes in, he does great, then perfect. If he comes in, he shits the bed. Like I said, long as we keep Caleb Williams, I don't care.
I don't care. Man. Well, here, look. A lot of people have been talking about him already. The defensive line situation, the guy that we need to do up front. I've got defense linemen. I've got about 10 here, right? And shout out to everybody who's been watching the recent videos. If you guys watched one of my first videos back, I said that Andrew Billings is somebody that we absolutely need to bring back. I don't care what anybody says. The dude's only 27. And look, he played in a very, 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 very large role for his liking. That's something that he hasn't done in his career simply because of how bad our depth was. But Andrew Billings needs to come back, whether it's for a rotational guy or if we just completely shit the bed and we don't find anybody else. But the top guys, of course, you got Fletcher Cox, you got Javon Hargrave, you got Daron Payne, you got Draymond Jones, David Onyemata, Matt Ioannidis, you've got Sheldon Rankins. You've got so many guys in this year's free agency class for your defensive tackle room. I think that Dalvin Tomlinson absolutely needs to get a few calls from the Raiders. I think that He will definitely help us up front. But the reason why I say this, right, is because we're not going to be in the race for Jalen Carter. There's no way he drops out of the top 5, let alone the top 3, in my opinion. I don't think that Jalen Carter falls unless something bad comes out of Georgia that he may not be coachable or X, Y, and Z happen, which I don't think is going to happen. Or maybe if he completely shits the bed at the combine, which I don't think is going to happen. But we're going to be out of that race, and I don't see us trading up. So you got to get it done in free agency. You have to, right? Deron Payne is a nose tackle that had 12.5 sacks. That is the same amount of sacks as Max Crosby at nose. At nose. It is very, 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 very scary if that were to happen. But, if you just drop down two off seasons ago when I first started this, I said that Matt Ioannidis needed to become a Raider. Why? He's versatile. He can play that 3-4 end. He can play that 4-3 tech. He can do everything on the inside. On top of that, he averages like 6 to 8 sacks a season, and he could stop the run very well, and he could pass rush pretty good. I think that Matt Ioannidis also had a good season with Carolina this year. Absolutely should be somebody that we should look at. And I don't think that he'll be that expensive. But
no, I think he'd be the cheapest one.
Out of the names right here, let me read off the names for you, right? I got Fletcher Cox, Javon Hargrave, Dalvin Tomlinson, Matt Ioannidis, Deron Payne, Draymond Jones, Andrew Billings, David Onyemata, and Sheldon Rankins. Who is somebody that you think, we got to have him? Just give me.
Or I won't pay. I've been a fan of Payne. I've been a fan of Payne since Bama. I wanted us to trade for him last season because I felt that, like, if we can get this dude at the deadline, we for sure we can get him cheap. Mm-hmm. I knew he wasn't gonna. I knew that was gonna be the case, but we kind of shit the bed with that. We didn't make the trade, and it kind of hurt us. We could have got him for cheap. Bringing him in now at 12 sacks, he's gonna cost a bunch of fucking money, man.
Yeah, his market is gonna be skyrocketing.
His market is hella high. I don't want Fletcher Cox. Fletcher Cox a little too old, you ask me. I don't think he got it no more.
Javon Hargrave is somebody that I'm interested in. He's just about to turn 30 though. Like this offseason, he's hitting 30, and I think he has like 9 or 10 sacks this year. So it's like
all of them have 10 plus. Every Eagles every Eagles D lineman have 10 plus sacks. Like video game. That's video game shit.
Hold on really quick.
Jackpot, baby.
Shout out to my guy Raiders for life. He says, would you trade for Justin Fields or for the number 1 overall pick? So here's what I was saying before you hopped on here. This is going back to the draft just a little bit, you guys. My bad. I said there's something that's not being looked at right now is the fact that I highly doubt it, right? But this is a scenario that could play out. The Chicago Bears, they signed a 4-3. They signed a 4-3 defensive-minded head coach. If you know Chicago, they're all about the 3-4 the last 8-9 years. They're all about the 3-4, which is why Roquan Smith left, which is why Roquan Smith looked a lot better in Baltimore. So here's what I'm saying. There's changes that's happening in Chicago. Now, something that I don't think people are talking about because I do think it is unlikely, but let me ask you this, X. What if what's his name? Matt, what's his fucking name? I fucking wanted him bad. They're the fucking head coach for the Bears. He was the Indianapolis
Matt
coach.
LaFleur?
No, he was the Indianapolis DC last year.
I can't think of the guy's name.
Regardless, what if he comes in and says, you know what? I want my own quarterback. I want my guy. This is my team now. I came in. I played with Justin Fields. I traded for Chase Claypool. He didn't get him the ball. I want my guy now. And Matt Eberflus. Thank you very much. What if he says, I want my quarterback now? And we have the first overall pick, and we have Justin Fields to trade for a bunch of fucking capital. What happens then? I think that would absolutely go crazy in Chicago if that happens.
I would give up the next 2 first rounders for Justin Fields.
So you would trade for Justin Fields?
Yes, dude is that good. Like, I didn't believe in him at first. I'm not gonna say, oh, I pounded the table. No, I didn't. I didn't think he was gonna be that good. It was the Ohio State quarterback thing, but this dude is good. He's very good. He's better than Jalen Hurts, if you ask me. He's that good. He just plays on a suck ass team. He's that good though.
I agree. I agree that he plays on a suck team, but I feel like that's something that people aren't looking at, bro. It's like every single time, a lot of guys, when they get to their new job, they want a new quarterback. They want their own quarterback to run their things with, right? I mean, we're seeing it now with Josh McDaniels, right? And
right.
So we're seeing it right now. So how could we not say that possibly could go down in Chicago? So it's like, we'll see what happens there, but maybe a super, super big surprise happens there in Chicago, because we don't know what's really going on, honestly. Like, a lot of Chicago is sold on Justin Fields, as they should. He's shown a lot of talent. But that's an interesting scenario. Shout out to Raiders for Life for bringing that up, because I slightly hinted to it earlier on when I first kicked off this live. So we'll see what happens. But back to what we were talking about, right? You said that Daron Payne's going to be too expensive, right? Too expensive for us to go out and pick him up, scoop him up. So realistically, out of the how many guys that I named, who's somebody that you would like us to go out and get realistically, maybe?
Like I said, I mean, but if we right now, like, we got the cap space, we're gonna have some money. If I'm giving money to anybody,
around like $70 million, man.
I need Daron Payne. I need that. I need Payne. I need the guy.
Oh shit! Check that out.
Jump out, baby.
Remember the GM that drafted Fields? He's with us. Champ Kelly was the assistant GM over there. Oh no, Champ Kelly was the GM over there, right? Oh no. Champ Kelly was the player personnel guy, so he did have a huge impact on them getting Fields over there. So that is something to look at. Shout out to Raiders for Life dropping knowledge right now. My guy Halo Raider in the building pulling up. Jamal says he could see the Panthers trading up for that number 1 overall pick. I could see that happening. Happening.
I told you, the quarterback, he's the closest thing that, if I feel like the closest, it depends on who you want. But if it's me, so Stroud is a very accurate. He has a big arm. He can throw the shit out of the ball, but he needs time in the pocket. If you have a ready, set line, he's gonna be good. If you don't have that, then you take Bryce Young, because he's a better improviser.
So it seems like Indianapolis is the best home for Stroud then, because they on paper they've got a pretty decent line. They've got a good running back. On top of that, Michael Pittman Jr. is kind of iffy for me. He's not a number 1, but it is what it is.
He could be, and they got Jelani Woods. They got some decent weapons out there.
They have things to offer. My guy DeMarcus Webb says Jeffrey Simmons. He's not a free agent.
He's not a free agent.
They picked up his 5th-year option. He just said last night that he wants to spend the rest of his career in Tennessee. So I don't think that they're going to trade A.J. Brown and then the next year they trade Jeffrey Simmons. I think that they would be looked at as fucking idiots if they traded away 2 of the superstars. But
I would give up a first-round pick for him.
Oh, for sure.
No doubt. No doubt.
Absolutely. AJ, we are on the same page. And if any of you guys have been here since the fucking beginning of this channel, I think it was in the first 4 videos. I have about 500 videos now. Matt Ioannidis was the motherfucker that I said the Raiders needed to get. And we didn't get him. But what the fuck do I know? Daron Payne's market value is $14 million. To be honest, with the right amount of money, depending on what Mark Davis is going to give in terms of, cash, just straight up, we can drop that cap to around $8 million. I mean, if you look at it, can anybody answer the question on what Devontae Adams' cap hit was this year? It was fucking $7 million, bro. $7 million. because he got 70 fucking guaranteed or some shit like that. So you could really manipulate a lot of this shit, right? Deron Payne. On top of that,
Yeah,
we got about like 120 million in 2024. So we could really manipulate this game. We could do a lot going forward with the cap space. This is my thing, right? We're not in the race at all for Jalen Carter. Huh?
I just pray Chandler Jones retires. If Chandler Jones retires, it's like a jackpot for the Raiders.
Yeah, it'll be massive. But then we would have a pretty big need at edge. We would have a pretty big need at edge if that were to happen. Now, let me say this, right? It's tough since we're just outside of that range for Jalen Carter. We're like 2-3 picks out. What makes it hard with Jalen Carter, right, is that since we kind of have to write him off as much as we know that that's like the dream guy for us, or it is for me, just because of, fucking dude he's everything you'd want, super big. He would be the future, and he'd be on a super cheap contract, right? That would be the dream. It won't happen. So the next best thing is getting a 25-year-old Deron Payne, right? And here's what I said in the trade deadline this year, because I was asked about trading for Deron Payne this year at the deadline. I said it all depends how the front office sees it. If the front office see the Raiders right now as a win-now team, you go out and you trade for Deron Payne. But if they don't see it that way, they won't do it. And they gave us our answer. They didn't see us as a win-now team. They gave us our answer, and we didn't trade for him. And God knows we needed that motherfucker. Bad. So Deron Payne, I would absolutely love it. But somebody on this list that I don't think many people are talking about too much is a guy that he's played pretty damn good. His best years were in Minnesota. He went over to the Giants. Dalvin Tomlinson had about 5 or 6 sacks this year, and he's a damn good nose tackle, man. I really like Dalvin Tomlinson. He would help a lot in the interior, but here's my thing, right? I think that if we want somebody that could pass rush a little bit, he's dealt with injury this year, but he did break out. He had 6.5, 7 sacks as Draymond Jones from the Broncos. He could play that 3-4 defensive end. He could play that 4-3-3 technique. He can do both. Right? So I think that he's somebody that missing around 6 games, having 6.5, 7 sacks that's good. We can use that. Like we can use that, right? So Draymond Jones is somebody that we should look at for sure. But I mean, in terms of the defensive line or defensive tackles, I mean, there's not really many good edge rushers in this year's free agency class. I think the top 2 is Marcus Davenport and Yannick Ngakoue. Been there, done that with Yannick. Marcus Davenport, I don't think that we're going to pay $18, $19, $20 million for him. So I don't see that happening. But like I said, I mean, Fletcher Cox, Javon Hargrave, Matt Ioannidis, Dalvin Thompson, Deron Payne, Draymond Jones, Sheldon Rankins, David Onyemata, and Andrew Billings. The options are there for the Raiders, man. The options are there. They're there.
But there's no – besides Payne, there's no superstar defensive tackles. I would love to get Payne. I think like this was a prove-it year, and I don't want it to be like the Albert Hainsworth type thing. Like you cash this fucking guy out. And he's
I don't think so because he still had about like 6, 7 regardless in the other years, and I'd still take 6 and 7. I'm not signing Payne thinking that he's going to average 10 sacks a year. That's unrealistic. I don't think that that's what's going to happen. So let me ask you this, right? Because we talked about the defensive line. What position do you want to go to next? Safety, linebacker, or corner?
It's the next level. We gotta hit linebacker, my boy. We have to.
We gotta go in order then. So we're going linebacker. And
first off, shout out to Sean Jones, man. Sean Johnson, this motherfucker right here, he hits me every single day, man. Shout out to this dude. He stays putting me in the game with information and shit like that. This dude is a godsend, believe me.
Mm-hmm. And shout out to OG Fady says, bro, I take Javon Hargraves. Bro, Javon Hargraves is a superstar. I wouldn't disagree with that, bro. 10 fucking sacks at 30, bro. I take him, and he'll be a little bit cheaper than Deron Payne. But look,
how long though? How long?
I'd do a 2-year deal, easy. And on top of that,
2-year deal. But is he gonna take?
For sure. On top of that, shout out to the 300 people in the chat, man. Shout out to you guys. For real. Greatly appreciate it, man. For real. But look, we're going over to the linebackers. I got a list for you. And one of your guys, is a free agent this year. So I'll kick it off with him.
Devin
Leighton Esch.
Devin Bush.
LVE.
Huh? Oh, Leighton Vander.
He's there.
Leighton Vander Esch. I'm kind of off the board on dude, man. Now he's old now, man. He can't cover.
But Devin Bush is there. So we've got one of my favorites that I think is underrated is Jermaine Pratt. I like Jermaine Pratt, but I'll go in order on the way that I wrote it down. So Deion Jones, Levante David, Devin Bush, Devin Bush. We got Azeez Al-Shaair. He's kind of tough with me because I like how he plays, but I don't know if he's a product of that Niners system.
I'm not sure Azeez played with I think he played with the Raiders before. I think we drafted him out of Washington, or he was a UDFA out of Washington.
No way, no, he was never a Raider. So Azeez Al-Shaair is a free agent. Perryman, maybe we bring him back. Nicholas Morrow is doing pretty good for Chicago. I don't think we bring him back, but Tremaine fucking Edmonds. Tremaine fucking Edmonds played phenomenal last night or whenever the fuck he played. Played great yesterday. You have Jermaine Pratt, you have Drew Tranquil, and Leighton Vander Esch. The reason why I did not put Roquan Smith on there, bro, is because there's no way they traded a second and a third for him and then let him walk. That's not happening. It won't happen. No. So I didn't put Roquan on there for a reason. But I really do like Jermaine Pratt. If you guys remember, he was the guy that ended our fucking playoff run last year. Got that fucking pick right there on DC. So there's a couple good linebackers here, right?
North Carolina.
My thing is, bro, Tremaine Edmonds, the Bills can be in trouble, bro. The Bills can be in trouble because Jordan Poyer is also a free agent, which I kind of jumped the gun a little bit there. But let me talk about this. Jermaine Pratt easily would allow us to move on from Perryman. He could do everything Perryman can do and cover. Easily allows you to
cover.
Yeah, and cover, right? I think the most exciting...
No. You're talking about Edmonds. I'm thinking you're talking about Edmonds. I watched Pratt since NC State, man. That guy is not a hitter like that, bro. He's not. He's not physical.
He still does.
He's not super physical.
Right, but guess what? Super physical.
He's okay.
But guess what? Super physical has gotten for Denzel Perryman? Injuries. So yeah, Jermaine Pratt is good. I would easily take Jermaine Pratt to replace.
So you ready to let Perryman walk all the way?
No, but if we do let him walk, Jermaine Pratt.
I feel like I want Perryman back.
I do too, but
not over Edmonds. Not over Edmonds. Maybe
is the number one linebacker. Tremaine Edmonds. Regardless if you go out and get fucking Daron Payne, even if you spent fucking $30 million on Daron Payne, you still go out there and look at Tremaine Edmonds because you have to. He's like 25. With fucking 5 years experience. The dude is a beast. You do not find that every day. You don't find that every day. Somebody who I think is underrated on this list, there's two guys. Azeez Al-Shaair. I like him a lot. My problem is that I don't know if he's that guy or if he's that guy because of the front seven that they got over there in fucking San Francisco. I don't know what's the deal with that, right? So it's kind of tough to grade him.
Look, man, that's just like grading people that come from Alabama. Everybody's good.
It's like grading
everybody's good.
It's like grading defensive tackles that play next to Aaron Donald, right? So it's like, it's tough.
Yes.
It's tough.
So you can't. Tough. I'm not saying that dude is good. I'm saying he's good for the Niners. I'm not gonna say he's gonna come here and be good. No,
he's good for the Niners. Exactly. Yeah. Drew Tranquil is somebody who had 145 tackles this season with like 5 or 6 sacks and 2 picks or some shit that.
I'm going if I can't get Perryman and you don't get Edmonds,
what do you say?
I'm going with Deion Jones. Deion Jones is a must-have linebacker. Deion Jones or Levante David, these are must-have inside linebackers. These guys have been captain of defenses. I'm talking about good defenses for years. Mm-hmm. They can cover. They're not pussies. They can cover somebody.
Absolutely.
those are the guys that you need. You need like Dalvin Tomlinson. I mean, I feel like Dalvin Tomlinson, like as we talking about it, I feel like he would be the main guy that we need because we need the nose tackle. You need to be able to protect the linebacker.
Yeah.
We need him to protect the linebacker to eat that up. But after that, you can give me, I can settle with Deion Jones or I can settle with Levante David, a smaller inside linebacker that I know can cover. Because we get ate up over the middle 24/7, man. Like as a Raider fan, you know it's been years. It's been since Thomas Howard since you can count a linebacker that can cover anybody.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, it's tough. I think that somebody that I would really love being like a third or fourth linebacker, which I think that once reality hits him and he sees the market that he's going to get, he's going to realize that he's about a third or fourth linebacker on the roster, is Devin Bush. Devin Bush is probably going to be like a third or fourth linebacker because it just didn't really work out in Pittsburgh, right? And I'm not saying that it can't work out because he's also another fucking super young guy. He's sideline to sideline. He can hit. He's a thumper. He just has things to work on. He just has things to work on.
I would say, look, dude, I've been a fan of dude since he came out of Michigan. When I seen him stomping that Spartans logo, I said, this dude is different, and I need I need his fire in a locker room.
Yeah, and I don't know if he still got that little rat tail going, but
I wanted him more than anybody else in that draft. That was my guy.
Yeah.
But injuries, your best ability is availability.
Yep. So
dude can't stay on the field, and if you can move him to weak side, he can cover, but he's not the best cover guy.
Honestly, out of all this list, right, Tremaine Edmonds that's gonna cost money. I think my number one guy though on this list would probably be Levante David, bro. The shit that he could
even over Deion Jones. I mean, I like them both, but Deion Jones is better than David.
Is he though? Like is he though? I don't know. Levante
and Deion Jones. He's the younger guy.
No. Deion Jones is younger by like 3 years. But I think that Levante David, bro, come on, man. If we draft a fucking young guy as well, because we need to draft a young guy as well, I'd rather have Levante in there mentoring that motherfucker day in and day out.
Levante and Day Henley.
Like, come on, man. Like I would take either one. I would take either one, right? Because Deion Jones could do the same thing, right? But there's just more wisdom that comes with Levante, I feel. There's just more wisdom that he passed down.
But the reason is he was the captain of a Super Bowl defense. Now, check this out. What we're leaving out here, this is what we're leaving out. Bobby Wagner's not staying in fucking L.A. That's over, my boy.
That's over. So? You think they're cutting him?
Man, they're finna have to blow that shit up. They're hella high over the cap. McVay is walking out. Nobody's standing that shit show.
So okay, hold on. I'm gonna take this away for a second. Right? I'm gonna take this away. What are you giving up for Ramsey? He's wanted to come to the Raiders before.
I would listen. If I took Ramsey, I don't want him to play corner.
You want to play safety?
Yes.
Yeah.
If anybody in this chat right now.
Imagine that motherfucker, that strong safety boy. Oh my!
No. He was the top free safety in college football at Florida State. They made him a corner in Jacksonville. This dude was a safety. He was the top guy on my board. He was a safety.
Would you give up a first for him?
Yes.
Okay. So look,
I would.
You said Deion Jones. I said Levante David. Obviously, you got the Tremaine Edmonds, but it's just it might be a little too costly. We're kind of Aziz. We don't know if he's a system guy. Devin Bush, we kind of agreed. Sideline to sideline, lots of potential. We could go after him, be like a third or fourth guy. I like Jermaine Pratt. I don't know how you feel on him. LVE is kind of somebody that you fell off on a little bit. But the corners, bro, it ain't too pretty in this free agency list, right? We gotta address corner in the draft. But
that's why that was the reason. That was the reason I said, let's go out and draft Cam Smith. We have to. He has to have him. Marcus Peters, I love the kid, man. He's in the town, man.
I'm rocking that silver and black, man.
I would love it, man. But Marcus Peters in Vegas
I was about to say, bro, if he got to fucking with Vegas, no state tax, Fucking his cousin Marshawn pulling up like every month. Oh my God, that'd be a little spooky. We might see a couple of suspensions, but look, let's move over.
Yes.
Let's move over to corner. Let's move over to corner, and then I got a list of safeties that we'll talk about a little bit later, right? So we got MP Juice Man. We got Marcus. Man, this fucking dog. We got Marcus Peters. We got James Bradbury, right? Rock Ya-Sin. Personally, with Rock, this is my thing with Rock. When the season first started and the defense was healthy coming out, him and Nate looked like a good duo together. Like Rock played very fucking good for the first half of football. He played really good. I'm talking about wasn't giving up anything deep. On the inside, he was getting consistent pass breakups. Then he got dinged up the first time, came back a little prematurely, looked a little off. I think that the Raiders need to bring Rock back. Personally, I think we need to bring him back, but we need to put up a bunch of guys
not for $12 million though. Not for the high. I would bring him back for.
I said $7.5 to $9 million. That's what I said. $7.5 to $9 million.
Yeah,
he's your corner 2. He's your corner number 2. He's not your cornerback 1. Nate Hobbs has to go back to the slot, and you go and address your CB1 in the draft. Byron Murphy is on this list. I think that that's a guy. I think he had 5 or 6.
I want it back.
Huh?
No, not Byron Murphy. I'm thinking Jones that we have Jones. I want Jones back. I don't know why we didn't give him more PT.
Jones?
Yeah.
Who the fuck is
Sidney Jones? Sidney Jones.
Oh,
Sidney
yeah,
Jones
for sure. Sidney Jones, yeah. I agree.
But we didn't play him.
But Sidney Jones should be like your 4th or 5th guy, right?
Yeah.
Sidney Jones should be like your 4th or 5th guy. Another person that I think should be your 4th or 5th, Greedy Williams is there. Jamel Dean is there. Sean Bunting is there. You've got good guys. You've got okay guys in free agency this year. Byron Murphy is probably
But I'm gonna tell you, listen. I don't feel like the coach keep Stephon Gilmore.
Okay, see, because I saw you looking at that, but why? He had like 4 or 5 picks.
But he's older. Coach rebuilding. I don't see that. I don't see him staying. Like I don't think he got a big deal out there either.
He got a 2-year. I think it was like 2 years, $24 million, like $12 million a season.
I think him. I think Bobby Wagner. I think this free agency list gets a lot more juicy once it comes around cut time. I'm talking about juicy, like it's fat on the bone now, like that type of shit.
Well, James Bradbury, this is the hard part, right? Because a lot of the good free agents in this year's free agency period are all on really good teams, right? So it's like they're all going to want to stay. Fletcher Cox is going to want to either stay or retire if they win the Super Bowl. Javon Hargrave is going to want to stay. Kazir White is going to want to stay. James Bradbury is going to want to stay. So it's
Van
tough.
Noy. What about Van? I mean, not Cal Van Noy. We missed out on that one though, and I don't want to go back to.
He's whatever. I think Jamel Dean is a good option, and I think Sean Bunting is a good option. But honestly, I feel like we need to prioritize bringing Rock back, getting healthy, and adding depth. That's what we need to do. I like Sidney Jones. This is my thing, right? I feel like if we went out and got Byron Murphy, our cornerback room is way too short. I think Byron Murphy would be like, what, 5'11", 6 foot. Nate Hobbs is like 5'10", 5'11", or 6 foot, something like that. And then our tallest corner is 6'1.5" with Rock. So it's like, it's kind of tough.
So
right?
you're just not sold on my boy no more. You just want to give up on Amik like that.
Oh, no. I personally think that Amik Robertson is horrible.
Wow.
Like,
I personally think that Amik, I feel like if you put like 3 more inches on Amik, he's one of the best corners in the league. That dude got cars, man.
But guess what? That's not happening. We live in the real world, X. We live in the real world. That shit ain't happening.
That dude is he was our best cover corner this whole year. It's not saying much. But he played better than Rock, if you ask me. He for sure played better than Arnett. I mean, you couldn't get no worse than Arnett.
Yeah, no, absolutely not. I disagree. I don't think he played better than Rock Ya-Sin. I disagree with that. I think that Amik Robertson, his honest problem, dude, he gives up way too many big plays. And I understand he has that fumble recovery for 6 and that fucking gimme fucking interception that Brock Purdy to him. But here's my problem with that. He was beat by about 2.5 fucking yards on that play. Brock Purdy doesn't have the fucking Josh Allen arm to make that throw. He was feeling it. He was in the groove, so he threw that bitch. Big props to fucking Amik for catching that motherfucker because all the other DBs on this roster are dropping it. I get that. I like Amik. I agree. Amik had a good season for what it was. But Amik Robertson is not a good corner in terms of the amount of reps that he had this season. The dude had a little, bro. He had number 2, number 1 reps this year. It's ridiculous. He's a number 4 or 5 corner. I would keep him, absolutely. Keep him on the roster as a 4 to 5 corner. But guess what? The fucking shit that happened, bro, Deron Harmon literally fucking punched the shit out that ball, and it literally fell in his fucking arms, and he ran. I'm not saying that that he's ass. I think he's ass. But look, my thing is he was extremely opportunistic, and he did the fucking best with his opportunities. He hits hard when he gets the tackle. He plays with heart. I like what Amik should. I like Amik. I don't like him as a number 1, number 2, number 3. Number 4 is still fucking pushing it. Okay, I like Amik, but I don't think that he is what people.
I like Amik. I like him more than Trayvon Moehrig. I wish Moehrig played like that.
But bro, it's like it's not gonna happen. It's just not gonna happen. Like Amik is fine. Amik is fine. I just simply do not like him. How people try and make him seem. I feel like this is the bad thing. We've dropped off on so many standards that when we see somebody do 1 or 2 things, it's like, holy shit, he's good. No, he's not.
He's not good. I'm just saying.
Motherfuckers, I see fucking Robertson fucking 5 times a game. And I don't want to see the back of your fucking jersey 5 times a game. Regardless if you make a jump ball interception, great. I don't give a fuck, dude. Like, I don't care. I don't care. I think that Amik definitely needs to stay. We shouldn't cut him. We should not cut him. That'd be idiotic. He should stay, but he needs to be the cornerback 4 or 5 on this team.
Very much.
I love Amik, his heart, his whatever. But as a corner, your job is to cover, and he doesn't cover. He doesn't.
He's not good in coverage. Put it like that.
He doesn't cover. And the problem is that he's too small to play in the slot because on run fits, he'd get absolutely smoked. But then
ran his fucking ass smooth over.
It's like, and then the other problem is that on the outside, he still gets smoked, right? So it's like, it's tough. It's really fucking tough to me, man. It's really hard. I like Amik. I like his heart. I like all this kind of stuff, but he doesn't have it as a coverage guy. He doesn't. He's a dog. Cool. If you want to play a cover 3 system and tell the motherfucker to play in the flat all goddamn game long, great. He can do that. But this motherfucker doesn't understand. Like 70 fucking yards on the first fucking drive, dude. Are you kidding me? That shit kills me, bro. That kills me. I don't want to see that. And yes, there's been times where it looks like Amik has phenomenal coverage and they still make a play. I'm not faulting him for those because sometimes there's great defense and there's better offense. I don't fault him. I don't fault him for that kind of stuff. But Amik is a 4 to 5 corner on the team. Simple as that. If you're saying that he's a 4 to 5, great. But if you're saying that he's better than fucking Rock Ya-Sin, you're smoking dick.
Hey, look, when you're playing like Rock Ya-Sin was playing, it was horrible. And he played way better than Arnett. Like, if you had to give me, like,
absolutely.
gun to gun.
He played better than Arnett. He played better than Anthony Averett. He played better. I think that Sam Webb should have got more reps over Amik, but Sam Webb also gave up big plays, right? So it's hard to tell. Our fucking room was depleted. It was depleted. It was bad. So, like,
Averett sucked ass. I'm talking about he sucked ass.
Mightily, he was bad. He did not have
ass.
But here's the problem, right? Here's the problem. We don't have a good free agency class, and we have a pretty damn stacked cornerback in the draft class. We have good corners in the draft.
We
have a lot of good cornerbacks in the draft, The problem is
Jalen,
the problem with that is that we're relying on a year one corner to be your number one. So
young guy.
So it's like you're relying on him to be your number one with no mentor. No mentor.
Hey, look, like I just said, man. You know, you got Ramsey out there. You got Ramsey.
You're tripping, bro. You're tripping. So look. I think that we need a massive overhaul on corner. I think we do. I wouldn't be mad if the Raiders took fucking 3 corners this year in the draft.
Jalen, listen to this name. His name is Jalen Jones. Jalen Jones. Jalen Jones, like a 6'3" cornerback, bro. Out of Texas A&M. Texas A&M. Jalen Jones, not for Chicago. Jalen Jones out of Texas A&M is a dog, bro.
This right here, Mr. Taylor Hall, is what people think Amik Robertson is. Tyler Hall is like that. He is like that.
Oh, he's like that.
Yeah, he doesn't get beat by fucking 50 yards, and he has ball skills. Okay, I like Tyler Hall a lot. I'm glad that we gave him another shot, another year. I like that. He says that the DB from Oregon is raw. I'll let you comment on that since you're the fucking Oregon Duck specialist.
Hey, look, I love Chris Gonzalez. He like 6'2", I want to say like 200 even. Duke can marry and cover anybody. He doesn't have like great ball skills though. He's not a playmaker. But he can shadow and cover anybody. You're not beating him deep.
You know who he reminds me of? Garyon Conley.
Oh, no, please don't. Please don't.
That's who he reminds me of. As a prospect coming out of college, they look the same to me, bro.
Hey, but this dude's faster than Conley, though. I promise you he is.
For sure.
Hey, he's faster. He can marry. He covers. He doesn't get grabby or nothing.
I love that.
He doesn't make the interception. Like, I want to see you when you're playing. I want to see you take the ball away, bro. I want to see you take the ball.
Yeah. That's why I really like you know me, DJ Turner out of Michigan, man. I like him, man. 6 foot, like 200, bro. He could fucking burn. That dude could sprint his ass off. He won't get beat deep. I really like him in this year's draft a lot. Like he has like 3 or 4 picks on the season. He's good, man. He's good.
Listen to what I'm saying. Jalen Jones. I'm telling you, he's an eraser. He's a big guy though. Big guy.
So look. Are you getting any of the guys that I just said? Sean Bunting, Byron Murphy, Jamel Dean, Greedy, Rock, James, Marcus Peters.
If I'm taking Peters got to be like a 4th corner. I don't want Peters to come in and be my starter. No.
So what about Jamel Dean?
Jamel Dean is decent, Tampa Bay, but
What about his teammate? What about his teammate Sean Bunting?
Sean Bunting, I was never a fan of neither one. But I'm not saying they won't come though. I'm not saying they won't come because we're getting Brady. Yeah. We're getting Brady, and this gonna look like New England Patriots, the Patriots, the Tampa Bay Raiders. Like that's what this is gonna be now. This is gonna be like the Brady guys coming through. Like So when you say Levante David, I'm like, yeah, I can see him in silver and black now because of Brady. And when you say Jamel Dean and Bunting, I can see them in silver and black because of Brady. They ran it back already. They did what they had to do. I can see us doing it again. I mean, I can see them retrying it again here in Las Vegas.
Okay.
So realistically, I can see that.
This visual combo, that's X guy, man. That's X guy.
That's my guy.
But
that's my number one guy in the draft.
Look, there's no New England Tampa guys on this list besides one, okay? The safety class that I'm about to read to you right here in free agency is one. And it's the one that already played for us this year. It's Daron Harmon, okay? So I think that we need to bring Daron Harmon back. But
bring back Daron.
But
and not as a starter. Not as a starter this time.
No.
Not as a starter.
But I like the safeties. You got Jesse Bates, you got Jordan Poyer, you got Von Bell, you got Deshaun Elliott, you got Jabril Peppers, and Mr. Breakout Season himself, Chauncey Gardner-Johnson. That man. Okay.
I don't want to pay Chauncey that much money because I don't know if he can look.
15. He's gonna want like 15 M's.
Hey, look, when you're doing all that and this, that, and the other, you're pretty good and stuff like that. Okay, we get that. Can you cover Travis Kelce? Because this is my only question. That's my question. Can you yourself cover Travis Kelce?
I'm gonna answer your question. None of those guys can. Not one.
Okay. So I'm not giving you fit. Remember how we talked about you got to play to beat your division?
Yeah.
When I bring you in to play strong safety for the Raiders, I'm bringing you in to watch him, to erase him from a game. If you can't do that, you don't need $15 million.
My guy Tim right here, shout out to my guy Tim. He said it. My number one guy is cost effective. I like how he could play. Deshaun Elliott, man. That's who I would want the Raiders to bring in. Deshaun fucking Elliott. I'm telling you, man. I'm telling you. Prince right here says that Von Bell can cover Kelce. Ooh, I think that Kelce's fucking shit on anybody, bro. Like, it's hard. But I really, really like Deshaun Elliott. Von Bell is nice. I really like Von Bell, I think, last year or 2 years ago before they gave him his contract. But Jabril Peppers is a guy who's been in Graham's system. So he's been in the system.
No, but he's not in Graham's system because he's in the Patriots right now.
Yeah, he's in the Patriots right now, but it's a little bit different. And he wasn't a starter when they first got him.
Yeah.
He became their starter, but he wasn't the starter, so it's a little bit interesting.
I take a flyer on him for cheap. I take a cheap flyer on dude. Not saying I want him to even start. We still got Morik. Morik has to play somewhere unless we cut him.
Yeah, he does have to play somewhere. But I do think that you bring back Deron Harmon. And me personally, I do like Von Bell and I do like Deshaun Elliott. I think that they'll probably be the best bang for your buck because you're not paying the $15 million that you would for Chauncey, but also you're still getting a damn good player for about like $5 to $6 million less. So
I would say my number one safety is Poyer though. Poyer is my guy. I've been a fan of Poyer.
I don't see him leave. I don't see the Bills letting him leave.
The Bills can't sign everybody now, man.
Oh, but the Bills, check this out. The Bills are 12-0 this season with Jordan Poyer.
Hey, listen.
They're like 1-4, 1-3 without him.
They still have Miller on the books. You can't bring back everybody.
So look, this is why I said earlier, they're gonna kind of look at it at Tremaine Edmonds or Jordan Poyer. They're gonna value Tremaine Edmonds because he's like fucking 7 years younger than Jordan Poyer.
He's Jordan a big at 6'4", 6'5", and he can cover and he can blitz and he can do everything you want to do.
Yeah, I would love to have Jordan Poyer on this team. But I do think that even though he's 31 or something like that, he's still gonna want like $11 million a season. So we'll see.
But is he worth it?
He's worth it. Hell yeah.
So why not?
Devin White is not a fucking free agent. I don't know where people are getting this from.
And he's not leaving Tampa Bay. That's just out. Tampa Bay be stupid to let him walk out of that room.
Hey, we know he wanted to be a Raider though.
We all know that. We were the dumbass.
That man was sad as fuck. He played the Raiders, had like 3 sacks and smacked the shit out of DC on the sideline too. Wow. Tim says, yeah, the Bills will re-sign Poyer and let go of Edmonds. If that were the case, Tim, bring me Edmonds. If that were the case, I would absolutely love that for be the case if they went the cheaper option and went and got built. But it's like, ooh.
But we're like a 70-year-old black grandma in a Baptist church. We're holy as a motherfucker right now, boy. We're holy.
He says, "Hey Andy, what do you think about Jalen Redmond? I like him a lot. What do you think about him, X? Let me be honest, I don't know much about him.
I don't really pay attention to him that much either, to be honest.
All right. Well, I'm sorry, Tony, but I will write down his name and I'll get back to you later.
And we'll get back to you on that one.
We'll get back to you on that one for sure. Jesse Bates is going to want
you on that one, Tony.
Jesse Bates that man's going to want like 15, 16 million, man. It's tough. He got the franchise.
And to be honest, he hasn't played that good this
year. Ooh, hot
He hasn't played that good this year.
He said OG Fade says that Edmonds is not even their best linebacker.
Come on, OG. What's up? That sounds crazy.
Who the fuck is their linebacker next to Edmonds?
I know the guy. I know who he's talking about. I just can't think of his name right offhand. He's like a new guy. He's been coming on.
Oh, Matt Milano is fucking nice.
Yes, that's who it is. That's who it is.
Matt
Milano that played for.
He is a beast,
but he's not better than Edmonds.
Ooh, I mean, nah. The thing is it Matt Milano like a lot older?
Yes, he is. Came from Miami.
No, they no. The Bills defense, what? You're tripping, Primos. That defense is nasty. They got Poyer. They got fucking White, Tre'Davious White. They got fucking Ed Oliver. They got Gregory Rousseau.
That's the see. This the thing though. Like we're talking about linebackers. We're talking about corners, right?
Mm-hmm.
None of that shit's good if your fucking D line doesn't create any pressure.
Yeah, so that's the thing. It's like we could invest massively on the D line, which will massively help the fucking secondary.
Everybody looks good. Look, I'll tell you just like right now. The people in San Francisco, they don't even name a good corner in San Francisco.
Travarius Ward.
He's okay.
He's good. Let me tell you
okay.
Let me tell you this. Let me tell you this. The only reason why people think that Jalen Ramsey had a down year is because Aaron Donald didn't play too much this year.
You damn right. If you got fucking 6 seconds to throw the ball, everybody looks good.
So here's my thing though, because then that could be a knock on Ramsey, right? Because if we bring Ramsey here, Ramsey's not going to have no motherfucking Aaron Donald here. Yeah, he'll have a Max Crosby.
But Ramsey did that same shit in Jacksonville. So and they wasn't that
Ramsey
good.
Also had the fucking what they have like 60 sacks that year when they went in 2017. Like
they have it all 4 years. Like he didn't have it for the 4 years straight.
So we'll see. We'll see. But I would love to see Ramsey as a safety. I would love it. He can hit like a safety. He got the speed like a safety. He can read the game like a safety. I like it. it.
I don't want to pigeonhole him to play one-on-one against the receiver. Fuck that. I need you to fucking be the centerpiece.
Seems like a lot of people that they value Jordan Poyer very heavily. I would love to see Tremaine Edmonds hit the open market. I absolutely would love that. But bro, the fucking bidding war that would happen for Tremaine Edmonds,
is high, very high.
Bro, like I can honestly see
you're gonna
Tremaine
pay him
Edmonds. I can see if they win the Super Bowl, right? What's not making Tremaine Edmonds head over there with Robert Saleh with the Jets for money?
The money with Carr at quarterback. With Carr,
who the fuck is Petavia? Are you talking about Vita Vea?
Vita Vea?
I would love
they would never give that up.
I would love that.
I would do that too, but I don't think they're giving that up though. Hell no.
I would love that.
Tampa Bay might tell him.
Shout out to my guy Marvin Lewis. He says, "What do you think of Devon Witherspoon in the second round?" I would love it.
No. Spoon. Hey, look, I love Spoon. We talked about it yesterday. Spoon is a great corner, but I think he's rising. I think the hype is rising him. Dude is like a 3rd round pick at most. I watched Chase Brown. You know, I'm a running back guy. I watched Chase Brown like 5 or 6 times this year. Me watching Spoon, I'm like, this Spoon kid is good, but I don't see 1st round pick, 2nd round pick on Spoon though. I'm taking Spoon 3rd if I can get him.
You got to look at it though, bro. We may have a second round pick because of DC. We may have 2.
Hey, if that what's the guy, the black guy, he's in our front office. If he gets a job, if he gets a GM job, we get 2 3rd round picks.
Are you talking about Trent Kelly?
I think so.
Oh, no. You're talking about the other. I know you're talking about. Yeah, I hope he gets a job elsewhere.
Praise God. I hope he does too. That's 2 3rd round picks. 1 for this year, 1 for the next year.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, no. I like Witherspoon. I'd like him even more if we had 2 2nd round picks. So because realistically, that's what's going to trade the mock drafts a lot, right? Is once we are without Derek Carr. Like once Derek Carr is off the books and we've received our compensation for him, that's what's going to trade or change a lot of stuff, right? Because if we have 2 2nd round picks, you can play the draft board a lot differently. Like a lot.
Trade up.
You could trade up.
Andy, to be honest, I want us to trade back. I feel like defensive tackle was our most pressing need besides corner. I don't feel that you take Joey Porter Jr. or Cam Smith at 7. To be honest, this is my guys, and I would want them guys, but I don't feel that those guys are worth that. At that value, I don't think so.
I'm gonna be honest. I would truly try and trade back and get Houston's 12th overall pick.
I'm scared that we take that damn defensive tackle out of Clemson, Brian Breezy. I'm scared that we take him at 7.
No, I don't see that happening. Why?
I feel like I just I feel like they're gonna overhype this dude, and he's gonna have all.
To be honest, he hasn't been getting the hype that people are giving him, so I like that. I don't think Brian Breezy gets. No, fuck that.
But I've been seeing him getting in mocks in the top 10 too much, and Duke's not that.
I've seen it too. I've seen him go a lot to Atlanta. But no, I fuck that. I would really want to trade back with the Houston Texans because they have pick 12. I looked it up after we talked about it that day. They have the 12th overall pick as well, so they can have 2 picks in the top 10. I think they would value that a little bit if they could have 2.
So if we can get a first, 2 second, that'd be 3 second-round picks with a pick in DC. I don't think so
because we're kind of helping. They're helping. We're helping each other, right? Because we want to trade back, so they're going to value that as like, okay, well, they think that this class is deeper elsewhere. So I honestly, I think if we trade back, I think that because you got to look at it, their second round pick is high, like it's high. It's like the second or third pick in the second round, so it's essentially another first round pick.
You're going up to 6.
Yeah, they're moving up 6 spots. Yeah, they're moving up.
That means they have fucking 2 picks in the top 10. Like that's high value for them too.
Mm-hmm. I think that they would give if we could trade back with them and get a second rounder off of them, that'd be amazing. I would absolutely.
Listen. They don't have the first pick anymore. No. If you want that quarterback, then you trade 2 what's names, then you go up.
Yeah, if they trade number 2 and number 6, they could go up.
Yeah, they can get what they want from the Bears.
It says, what do you think of the edge, Miles Murphy out of Clemson? I like him. I don't know why we would go edge. I don't know why we would go edge. I think that if we're going to get a guy that can impact the quarterback, get Drew Sanders. But I think that you might as well trade back and get Drew Sanders.
Of course, I'm not taking Andy. I like your boy. I do like your boy. But I don't see him as a first-round pick. I see the boy as a second-round pick.
I see him as a second-round pick, but I don't see him as a second-round pick come draft night. I think we're going to have pro days. We're going to have scouting combines. We're going to have all this kind of shit, and you know how it goes, bro. This motherfucker Trayvon Walker went first overall last year, bro. Like you know how this shit goes.
But he's kind of worth it though. He's not a bad player at all.
Yeah, not by any. Have sex.
He's not great, but he's not like he's not Farrell. He's better than Cleve Farrell.
Is he? Like Cleve had better fucking rookie stats.
He's better than Cleve.
He had better. Cleve had better rookie stats.
Cleve hasn't been shit since.
Okay, well, we don't know what Trayvon Walker's situation is going to be. Mozzie Smith out of Michigan, he's good. I looked into him after X and Grad started talking about him. So we'll see.
Nobody put it. Hey Andy, if you're getting caught with this, I don't need you here, and not in Vegas, not in the West Coast. They're gonna get you.
He is a better athlete.
I love my boy Free Drugs.
No, he's for sure a better athlete than Cleve, without a doubt. Yeah. What team is trading down? That's what we were trying to talk about, right? Because we were looking at the free agents, right? We talked about over 40 free agents here or 30 free agents, and then it kind of just resulted back, right? Because whatever you do in free agency reflects on what you're going to do in the draft. So we're looking at it, right? And we're kind of in a spot that we have a lot of needs, but since we have so many, we want to trade down and get more picks to fill in more holes. So pick 7, we allow if we are to trade back and say Houston Texans, we would like to let you guys move up 5 spots. You can have our pick, we take your pick, but we would also like a second rounder in return. That allows them to have 2 top 10 picks. They can bundle those to possibly get that first overall spot,
With the
and
Bears.
then they can get their quarterback back, and then that way the Bears now have the 2nd, the 7th, and whatever the fuck overall pick, and the Bears are also like, okay, this works. So it could possibly be a 3-team trade, but I would love to negotiate with the Texans because pick 12 is still the top third of the draft. You're not in the middle yet.
And then you can take Cam Smith at great value. And then we got
Let me
3.
ask you this. You don't think that Cam Smith goes in the first 11?
He could. But I mean, either listen. If you give me Cam Smith, I'm happy. But if you give me Joey Porter Jr., I'm also happy. If you give me Chris Gonzalez, I'm also happy. So I can't lose as long as I get one of those.
My thing is that we have to leave this draft with 2 linebackers and minimum two corners. Minimum.
Day him is my guy. You know that already. That's my guy. If I can get him and maybe Overshown, I'm happy. If I can get him and Drew Sanders, I'm happy. If I can get him and both of those guys, and I think my boy is like a 4th. I think my boy is a 4th, Henley.
Yeah. I think that my boy DJ Turner is like a 2nd or 3rd round pick. We'll see.
You think DJ goes that high?
You already know what I'm doing right now. I'd say he'd be like a 3rd round pick. You know why though? It's because he's gonna light up the combine and pro days. Like he's about to kill it in the fucking underwear Olympics. He's about to murder it. He's gonna fucking kill it. You already know what I'm doing. This is how we gotta kick. What the fuck?
They took Miles Murphy.
Nope, we restarting that bitch. Yep, restart.
Took Miles Murphy. So Andy, you seen my mock, right, Andy?
Which one from yesterday?
The last mock that I did. That's on my page.
Yeah, I did. I liked it.
That was my best mock, man. I'm talking about if the mock goes down like that, we're a strong safety away from like a top 10 defense. They said Miles Murphy first pick in the draft.
Let me pause it. And let's see if they take our trade that we were talking about. Where the fuck is it? So the Texans, next. We give them 7. We take 12. But 65 is a 3rd rounder.
It's a 2nd because the what's name don't have it. What's name don't have a pick.
So we take 12 and 65.
That's easy though. Go to the 33. Because that's a 1st round pick too.
Nah, but I don't think that's gonna happen.
Let's try it.
No, because it's not realistic.
Man,
I'm gonna do 65. I'm gonna do 65.
That's an easy trade. That's done.
All right, well,
I play with this app all day. Trade accepted, right. Believe me.
So there we go. CJ Stroud's still on the board. Now the Texans have 2 top 10 picks, which is something that we talked about. Jalen Carter goes 6 overall. Caleb Ringo 8. Noah Sewell 9. Trenton Simpson 10. Quinn. Okay, this is a whoa. No.
I mean,
all right. So this is what we got. Your boy is right fucking here. Oh, hold on. Let me change the banner really quick so they can see this better. Oh man, that's a good little value right there. Cam Smith right there. So is that where we're going?
I would have to go Cam Smith. That's my guy.
Christian Gonzalez is there. Joey Porter Jr. Every cornerback besides Caleb Ringo, which neither of us are high on, is here. Brian Brise is here. Bijan Robinson. He's the number 1 running back in this class, right?
Yeah, he is. But he's not much. Hey, listen, but he's not much better than Chase Brown. I'm telling you, Chase Brown from Illinois is a different type of back, man. I would love for us to get our hands on him.
Let's see. The nation is saying Cam Smith. Christian Gonzalez has 1. Cam Smith, and I'm sure you're saying Cam Smith too, right?
Yes, sir.
There's one person saying Joey Porter Jr. He's 6 foot 188.
Oh, he's not a big guy, but he plays. I'm telling you, he plays with reckless abandon. He's not.
This man right here, Brian Branch, fucking rated.
Overrated all the way.
Joey Porter, 6'2", 196.
That's why he's higher on the board.
But we'll go with Cam Smith. We'll go South Carolina because guess what? They produced fucking J.C. Horn, didn't they?
And they produced Stephon Gilmore. Don't forget.
Oh, that would be so fucking beautiful, man. If we went out there and got Stephon Gilmore, then drafted fucking if we got Stephon Gilmore, then drafted Cam Smith, oh my goodness.
We had top DBs in the league.
Clark Phillips, CB out of Utah. Emmanuel Forbes went fucking 31.
Buzz, man.
Eli Ricks, 32 overall. 45, no, and no. Hendon Hooker's here. See, this is my problem, right? Because each time I would love to take Andre, and then I would love to take, but I would also love to take Drew. And I think that this isn't a bad spot because this means that Drew Sanders still goes in the top 40.
No, but I think that Drew goes higher than Andre. I think Drew goes higher than Andre in real life.
I think that Drew is a top 20 pick.
I don't think so, my boy. I don't think so.
Bringing back Deron Harmon. I would absolutely bring back Deron Harmon. Absolutely. So what are we doing here, brother? What are we doing here? Because we went corner first.
Now let's take the edge. Your boy's still gonna be on the look. Take Sanders.
Okay. We're taking my boy Sanders. Drew Sanders. If you guys watch today's video, y'all know that Drew Sanders is who I believe the Raiders need to take in the first round. And Hooker went to Carolina. That's not a bad little partnership.
Not what's his name, but I think Hooker drops. I think Hooker's older, man. I think he drops further than that.
He's like 24, 25. Hooker reminds me a lot of a bigger Teddy Bridgewater.
Andre my boy,
59. So this is the pick that we got from this pick here is what we got in the trade. No, reject. I would take that.
Okay, now go. No, don't take that. Just go.
Okay. The Marvion Overshow really fucking just shot up the draft board on this.
I know. Okay, so go to corner. Go to safety.
Safety, huh?
There we go. Jerrion Brown.
Is he like that?
Very much so.
Brown
He's the best cover in his draft.
Brown isn't quite at the level of Jaquan Brisker as a prospect, but he could be a solid NFL player in his own. He's a bit different stylistically. Brown stands at around 5'11" with a stocky 208 frame. With that frame, however, he showcases nice range and aggression downhill. Brown's not afraid to throw himself at ball carriers, but he also has ball skills as well. At the very least, Brown's versatility and intensity will be coveted in April. So he's 5'11".
Hey, look, pillow
is different. What is different from my guy down here?
He's better. He's that much better. His ball skills, bro. Don't forget that Earl Thomas wasn't a big guy.
Where's our next pick at? So we have another pick at 70.
Yeah, I gotta take my boy. I gotta take Brown.
Hold on. Ivan Pace is there. Man. Ivan Pace could be a good nickel linebacker.
He's not better than my boy Henley. Henley's on the board still. Hey, look, go to corner now.
Witherspoon.
Witherspoon is there, but watch when you go down to Jones.
I know, but watch when you go down to DJ Turner.
Yeah, I like. Look. Go to Jones. I like Turner. Go to Jones. His name is. There he goes right there. No, I think you passed him.
Jones.
Yeah, Jones, cornerback, not safety, corner.
We got Corey
His name is
Jalen
there
Jones.
Yes, sir. Just take a good look.
He said, "Oh, 6'2", 205."
Oh, he's not a. Believe me, the guy's good.
So what are we going here? We're going safety?
Yes, I have to take my boy. I got to. He's on my board.
86 and 99.
No.
Ooh.
Who you picking, man? I know who I'm taking next. That's what we're lacking at right there. Boom. Done.
Tuli's he's a top 3 round guy, bro. I don't give a fuck what nobody's saying.
I know that for sure. Now you can give me my boy. You know who I want.
Who? Dyer right now at 106?
Yeah. It's the 4th round. That's my boy. He's gonna be there.
Overshown over Brown, shaking my head. Nah, man. Oh, we do got nice right here. So I'm going with my guy. 5th round, this would be an absolute steal.
For sure.
So
okay, so you
edge.
Oh man.
Linebacker, you still got you got Deshaun Pace.
We took 2 already. You took Sanders, I took Henley. You took a corner, I took a corner. I took a safety.
So are we going to offense now? Is that what we're doing?
Go to the defensive tackle room real quick.
We got defensive tackle. We got Trayvon Mullen's brother on the board. Kobe Wooden at Auburn.
What's the name is not on the board no more? Smith?
No.
Yeah, let's go to offense. Go to offensive tackle.
Offensive tackle, if my boy's here, Jackson Kirkland.
Cody Mock.
You want Cody Mock?
Hell yes.
Damn, I like my boy. I like my boy Jackson Kirkland, man. You got to look at him.
Man, Cody Mock is.
Check this out.
Cody
6'7", 310.
I like him. Believe me, I know who he is.
We'll go Cody. We'll go Cody. Oh man, Jackson Kirkland just left. Let's see. 189. I kind of man. Dorian is fucking climbing draft boards now? Are we fucking serious? Javon Hicks is a decent safety. Oh, you know who's not on the board no more?
Who?
Tyke.
Jalen Cameron?
Nah, Tyke gone.
I'll say, what's the name? The Tyke Smith? We already got Brown. Brown is better than Tyke.
Oh, I know. Brenton. Dorian.
Cox.
I like Dorian. Might get him.
Everybody does, man.
Yeah, I want to be different. I want to be different.
I know who I'm going with. Go ahead.
Sidney Brown. Let's take a look at this edge right here out of Florida. 6'4", 253.
He decent.
His versatility. He could play the defensive end position on a 4-3 or a 3-4 outside linebacker.
He's another what's name. He's similar. He's similar to Drew Sanders, but he's not not even close to athleticism. Not even close.
We'll get him. You gave him the rubber stamp.
Go to my favorite position. Go to running back.
Since when is that your favorite position? Oh,
that's my favorite.
On offense.
I always wanted to be a running back my whole life. There he goes right there. Deuce Vine.
Deuce out of Kansas. The fucking final pick in this year's draft, man. Let's see what QB's talking about.
You know what we got to do.
Spencer Rattler.
I like Max Dugan. Max Dugan's he's a beast, bro.
Oh, he's about to play tonight, right?
I know.
Let's see.
You can't go wrong with he seems like a what's the name?
Oh, I'm going tight end. Payne Durham. For sure. We may lose Foster.
Oh, we're losing Foster. Not even an if.
Jaden Reed though. Little mini speedster. Now I'm getting Payne though. Out of Purdue. I know Stu's gonna be happy for that. Stu's gonna be like, yeah, let's fucking go. Deuce is
Hey,
like
I
5'7", 153.
about Drew Brees going back to coach, man.
Huh?
I forgot to ask him about Drew Brees going back to coach. I know he would have loved that.
Oh, yeah. Wait, do we have another pick?
I don't think so.
Why did the draft just fucking pause? Oh,
maybe your wife.
Kicker went in 7. Shout out to my guy Wasted in the building, man.
My boy Wasted.
So this is how we end off the live today, man. We talked about Brady. We did everything there is to do today. This is beautiful. Cam Smith after a beautiful trade back with the Houston Texans. Drew Sanders at pick 38, still making him a top 40 pick. Jair Brown, Tooley in the 3rd. Daya Henley, bang. My boy, this is my, like, come on, man. I just want to see this guy talk to fucking Charles Woodson all throughout camp. Like, oh my goodness, man. Cody Mock, we got the somewhat similar in Drew Sanders, Brenton right here with a 6'4", 250 frame. You're one of your favorite guys in the draft, Deuce, and then Payne.
Hey, Deuce is like mini Darren Sproles. I'm just look. You don't have to do nothing. Just turn on the highlight tape. You don't even have to watch his game. Just turn on the highlight tape, man.
Yeah, man, we'll see. But look, check this out, you guys. We had 360 of you guys in here today. I appreciate y'all, man. It's making the comeback feel a lot more welcome, man. I've been gone for a long time. But also, my brother X, man, y'all go support him, man. Let them know where they can find you at. Because they may not know this man is a Facebook group guru.
Yeah, Sideline GM on Facebook and Sideline GM Sports Raiders Report on Instagram, man. On Instagram, man, that's where you can find me talking about shit, man. That's where I get emotional and let it all out right there on that side of it.
On Instagram, man. But look, on your guys' way out, please. We are like 20 away from 7 bands, yo. Like, let's get there, bro. Let's get there. For real. Let's get there on your way out. Hit the sub button if y'all have not already. Also,
Facebook,
click like. Huh?
You need to make a Facebook.
I need to make a Facebook. I guess that's what I gotta do, man.
You'll pick up a decent amount inside of Sideline GM, man. You're gonna pick up some good ones, you're gonna pick up some haters, you're gonna pick up some, man, for sure.
Hey man, I don't give a fuck who I pick up, man. It is what it is at the end of the day.
Make a Facebook,
I appreciate all of them. I appreciate every single one that pulled up today. Shout out to my dog Kenny and Tavio pulling up a little bit after, man. I appreciate all y'all. Like I said, on your way out, hit that sub, hit that like. It helps the channel, man. But you already know how we do this, man. I love y'all. Stay safe. Have a wonderful rest of your Monday. Watch the bowl game if you're going to watch the bowl game, and we'll be right back at it tomorrow, man. Peace.
Welcome to the Death Star, where our opponent's dreams come to die.